This is the Hypothetically Sound podcast,
hosted by Alec, Randy, and Xavier,
where we take a hypothetical look at the world around us,
exploring the what ifs, maybes, and how comes.
Join in on the unfiltered, raw, and real conversations
as we explore the world around us. Welcome back to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you guys are having a great day. As always, I am one of your hosts, Randy, joined by the other host, Alec.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. And we, again, are continuing our journey on Apple Music's top 100 albums of all time.
Hell
and today, we are on album number 88, I Put a Spell on You by Nina Simone.
Nina Simone.
I'm going to ask this question knowing the answer because she is to us, and to most people, a relatively old artist. What did you know about Nina Simone coming into this album?
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
2 songs.
Yep.
And that's about it.
Yeah, no, it's completely fair. I think a lot of people will hear her music and like, oh yeah, okay, I know her. If you're into jazz or blues, obviously you know who she is. If you're a civil rights person and into just reading about civil rights history, you would know who she is. But in case you do not know who Nina Simone is, I will help you out. Nina Simone, real name, Eunice Kathleen Wayman, is an American singer, songwriter, pianist, composer, arranger, and civil rights activist. She did music all the way from classical to pop to R&B, gospel, folk, blues, jazz. In 2023, Rolling Stones named her the number 21 singer of all time. She went to Juilliard in New York, so obviously very, very talented. But like any black individual in the 50s, 60s, 40s, a lot of discrimination when she tried to go to other schools. But that did not stop her. She changed her name to Nina Simone when she started playing in nightclubs in Atlantic City to hide herself from her family because she was playing, quote unquote, the devil's music. So yeah, she changed her name, became super famous in the world. She did a lot of things, not only in music that have lasted a lifetime, but in the civil rights as well. She is just a very talented, very special woman, and it was really an honor to listen to this album.
Yeah.
You ready to get into the album?
Yeah, man.
Okay, this is a 12-track album. It's only like, 40 minutes long, 50 minutes long?
Yeah, it's super short. It's about 40 minutes, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And it's just some smooth jazz mixed with a little bit of other genres. Let's get into the first track. The namesake track, I Put a Spell on You. What did you think?
Yeah, man. It's honestly, again, one of the few songs that I actually know of hers. I think it's a super solid start. It got some really intense vibes on it, you know?
Yeah.
Again, one of the only songs I know. It's good. It's a 7 out of 10. It really showcases like what you get with Nina as well.
Yeah.
Like if you never heard of her before and you go into it, you get this like unique voice with her cadence and all that. It's a good song. It's a good song. I think it's worthy of the title track as well.
Yeah. Obviously, if you have watched Disney Channel, you know the song. Just if you just don't know it from Nina Simone, you know it from some witches. It is a great song. It is, like you said, it's a great example of what you will get from her, how good her voice is, and it showcases right away why she's on the top 20 greatest singers of all time. I said it was slow, great vocals, great instrumental, and it definitely shows that this style of music, this jazz house style music, is a lost generation of music. It's just something that not a lot of people are gravitating to. The people who do, you would say they have an old soul. It's definitely not something that I would go to. Like I wouldn't put it in a road trip playlist because it's too soothing. But I would put it on if I need to like relax or if I need some bedtime music. I gave the song a 7 out of 10. Then we move to track number 2, which is Tomorrow Is My Turn. I thought it had great piano, showcase her unique voice again. And like I've said, and I'll say again, while I appreciate the music tremendously, smooth jazz just isn't my favorite type of music. It has nothing to do with anything because it takes a lot of skill to play jazz music. It just doesn't do anything for me feeling wise. I said that the song in itself sounds like it fits in like a smoky lounge, and I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I actually put that it felt like it would be in a like a smoky bar where the person just plays or sings in the bar, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I messed with it a lot. I thought it was pretty good. I like the piano. I like the jazzy feel to it. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Then we move to track 3, which is a French name. It is a French song. I'm going to try my best, but I'm definitely going to butcher it. Nimi Quate Pas.
I am not going to do it because that sounds awful.
Yeah, so I'm not like, don't quote me. I don't know how to pronounce it. It essentially means don't leave me. And just like some other tracks on this album, this isn't an original song by Nina Simone. It is a 1959 song by Bulgarian singer-songwriter Jacques Brio. And she has a couple of songs on this that I'll highlight later that aren't her own, but she covers them essentially on the album. I said that the song had a very good classical feel. Again, clearly a very talented woman, a smooth vocal. She sung it in French. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I actually didn't mess with this very much. I mean, it was a good cover overall. Me not being, it's weird because I do listen to some songs I don't understand the language, but they're more like background music type songs for me.
Yeah.
This one I could not see myself listening to in the background, so I gave it a 5.5 out of 10. Although I do think it's good. It's a good cover. It's just not for me. So
yeah, no, fair. Then we move to track 4, which is Marriage Is for Old Folks. What did you think?
Yeah, dude, so it's relatable enough, honestly. I put in my notes that I bet this was a banger for the ladies willing to wear dresses higher than knee level in the 60s.
Yeah.
I like the cadence of it a lot. The chorus is good. It's a 6 out of 10.
So one thing I've noticed 4 tracks in with Nina Simone is she sounds different on each song. She sings different octaves, different levels, just different sounds to her singing, and they're all great. I thought this had great lyrics. I thought it was a fun song. Like you said, it seems like a song that was like the banger in the 60s. It had a very theater feel in nature to me as well. And then I said, I also loved how the one thing I do love about jazz is they're so talented that they were like, the instruments aren't the only ones that are just going to sing notes here. And then she started singing the notes in the middle of the song that the piano or the trumpet was playing. And I loved it. I gave the song an 8 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed the song.
Okay, yeah.
Then we moved, we moved to track 5, July Tree. What did you think?
Yeah, I think it's a nice little love song. It felt like something you hear in an old classic Disney movie almost. It's something that you can definitely fuck with. You can also hear at the end this like note she hits. And my goodness, did it scratch an itch in my brain, dog? Like, oh my god. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. It was a good love song.
Yeah, again, I agree with what you said. It's just another one of those songs on the track that shows her versatility and skills. The high note was the best part of the song. Overall, it's a solid song. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Which moves us to track number 6, called Gimme Some. Not gonna lie, I kind of just like vibed to the song and didn't take any notes on it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. So I like the song. I just was in the zone listening to it and not being critiquing. And it was one of those songs where you forget what you're doing, that you're actually doing something on a mission, and you just listen to the song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it got some momentum to it right away. It shows off her voice really well, I think, in this song as well.
Mm-hmm.
You could do the twist to it if you were into it enough. It does low-key embrace some stereotypes.
Yeah.
Like, she do hit him with the, like, oh yeah, I love me some fried chicken, but you're the sweetest meat I've ever had, which low-key kind of a wild line for the 60s, but like, hey, 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I like it. Then we move to track number 7. Another one that people will recognize, called "Feeling Good." What'd you think?
Best track on the album for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know who Nina Simone was, you do. Like, this song, you've heard it for sure, right?
Yeah.
This is a 9 out of 10. There isn't much more you can really say about it. Once you hear it, you just know. It's an iconic song. It's still used today for a reason. So.
Yeah. Yeah, no, "Feeling Good" is a phenomenal song. Before I get into some interesting facts about it, gave it a 9 out of 10. Everything about it is fantastic. Her vocals, the sound, it's timeless, obviously. This is another one of the songs that I was telling you guys about where it isn't an original song, it is her cover. And this is interesting thing that I've noticed happened in the 60s, 50s, 70s of music. People shared their work very quickly, like, when without much like consideration of like, oh, this is going to impact me negatively. Like, could you imagine, for example, and I'll explain why I'm relating this, if Kendrick dropped "Not Like Us" and then within 2 months let someone else make a "Not Like Us" like word for word, just with a different beat in their vocal? Because that's what "Feeling Good" happened with "Feeling Good." "Feeling Good" is a song written by English composers Anthony Newley and Leslie Bricusse for the musical "The Roar of the Grease Paint, the Smell of the Crowd." It was first performed on stage in 1964, and then another artist, Gilbert Price, covered it in 1965 with the original broadcast cast, and then she released her cover in 1967 or 66. And so, like, it was just, the song was made, it was performed on Broadway, she liked it, and then covered it herself. So, like, it's crazy how fast people are allowed to use other people's music. And she killed it. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's so good, man.
Mm-hmm. Then we move to track 8, called "One September Day."
Yeah, man. If you listen to July Tree, and then you listen to One September Day, you wonder what happened. Because this is like the complete opposite of July Tree. It's a solid breakup song.
Yeah.
Like, I also gave this a 7 out of 10. And I was really confused because she was just talking about how love bloomed, April, July, like stuff bloomed.
Yeah.
And then I guess and then she even references, because I'm pretty sure she starts in September in July Tree, like mentioning the her relationship started, right?
Yeah.
Or where the seeds were planted.
Mm-hmm.
And in September Day, she mentions it started in September and ended in September. So it made me feel like it was like a full circle 1-year relationship.
Yeah.
Where she slowly fell in love throughout the first year, and then it just ends by the 1-year mark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a super solid song, and like low key kind of completes July Tree in an awful way, but like it was good. It was good. I liked it.
Oh yeah, fantastic song. One of those songs that you can do a whole like silent film to, of just a woman walking down the street, like you said, a breakup song, arm in arm, and it starts raining, and they like it just has that feel of a very smooth, picturesque song. Like, you can imagine things that she was saying very clearly in your head, if you're a type of person that can see images in their head. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Then we move to track 9, called Blues on Purpose. What did you think?
Yeah, so Blues on Purpose is just an instrumental. But it's some really nice blues music, man. Unironically, it is probably my favorite on the album. Only because like it's something that I can sit and listen to while working.
Yeah,
like a lot of her music is, but like this is like specifically for that. And Nina's voice is so strong and demanding in her other songs that it kind of takes away from a lot of the music portion, the instrumental portion.
Yeah.
Except for in like Feeling Good, where it has its own little like bits where it makes the music comes out, right? This is just focusing on her style of music.
Yeah.
Again, it is just so good, and it's just a good sounding instrumental. I give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. There's a reason blues clubs were so successful and like stayed open so long. You can literally sit down and listen to hours of blues music without getting a headache, without being tired of it. It's so relaxing. And then just to keep the like suspense and the change of momentum, blues bands throw in 1 or 2 super upbeat tracks to get people up and moving, and then go back to letting them enjoy their day. This song is just a prime example of the enjoying your day, sitting down, having a couple drinks, talking to someone, or just relaxing and watching a band perform amazing music. I said overall, very solid instrumental blues track. A 7 out of 10. We move to track 10, which is called Beautiful Land. What did you think?
I put in my notes. I zoned out during this one. Not gonna lie, did not fuck. 5 out of 10.
Fair. It is a very theater song. Again, I use it because that's the best prime example. It is a track like if you went to a theater show about a family doing something. This is a song of the mom in the kitchen or in the yard doing something that is just a filler song. It could also be a Disney song for something similar. Just very like I'm pretty sure it has a harp as the main instrument. But it's a relaxing song. I enjoyed it for what it was. A 7 out of 10. Then we get to track 11. You've Got to Learn. What did you think?
Once again, I didn't put a lot of notes on this. I don't know what happened to me in the last 3 songs, but this one I fuck with way more than the last song, especially towards the end. Question mark? 8 out of 10. I think if I remember correctly that it did seem a little slow in the beginning.
Yeah,
but it picks up at the end.
Yeah,
like a lot. And so that's what I'm assuming that means. But I liked it.
That is 100% correct. So this is my favorite song on the album, and it is 100% because of her vocals. What she's able to do with her voice without any of the new age tech that a lot of singers use. Her vibrato, the vibration she is able to use, singing deeply. Like you say, starts slow, but it picks up and it builds so effortlessly. I give it an 8 out of 10. And then we move to the final track on the album called Take Care of Business. What'd you think?
Yeah, it's a good end to the album. It's slightly different than the rest of the album, and just a little bit. It's very pleasing and nice, and her voice just works so well with what was given. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it a similar score. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Another just great example of her vocal. Again, such diverse vocals. I did say that it sounds like it could be on a Black 007 song, and that was like essentially a Shaft song. That's just the feel I get from it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the album. I gave this song a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And that's the album. It was a short and sweet album, very just instrumental heavy, vocal heavy, nothing fancy, nothing to make it like stand out other than pure talent. And like I said, going into it, I knew who Nina Simone was just from my just old dabbling in history. She is a very talented woman. There's a reason why she's on this list. But at the same time, it is a lost genre in my mind. Obviously, people still do blues and still do jazz, but they're never going to be quote unquote mainstream. They're never going to be the Taylor Swifts or the Billie Eilishes of the world. And it's just because the music isn't. People like to get their endorphins moving when they listen to music, or to give some kind of mass feeling inside of them, and this just doesn't do that for me. Nothing against her, obviously. We've said super talented woman. I gave the album a 6 out of 10. Like it's better. Like there's no way I was gonna give it a 5. Of where I just like I listened to it, I liked it, and never go back to it. While I personally won't ever go back to this album, she does deserve the credit of being higher than what I would rate a 5 because it's the middle of the road. She's definitely not middle of the road. She is much better than that. I recommend everybody listens to it at least once.
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's super, super solid. Like, listen, and I think it's worth it. I gave it a 7 out of 10. However, I probably will never come back to this.
Mm-hmm.
Even with that being said, it is still like really good.
Yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed it. It was nice music. It was a break from I just listened to Lady Gaga the day before. We've had metal bands, we've had crazy, weird dubstep music. So it was a nice break from more modern day music that we had been listening to up to this point. So I am thankful that this was on there. I see why it's there. I think it's in a good position. And I enjoyed it. I really did. So yeah, that was album number 88, Nina Simone's I Put a Spell on You. The next album we will be listening to is number 87. It is Blue Lines by Massive Attack. So make sure you guys come back to hear that one next. But before we end the episode, Alec, it is that time where you give people the shout out that they've been craving for.
Yeah, dude, shout out to anyone who goes to a movie, like an action movie or some shit, and then when you leave, you feel like you're the main character. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like... I remember when I was little, I went to go see Transformers. And by little, I mean, this was probably like high schoolish, right?
2007.
Oh, was it? Okay, so remember, I was little. I was middle school. And yeah, dude, I was like prepared to fight some Autobots and Decepticons. Like, yeah, I wanted to be a Decepticon. Prepared to fight some Autobots walking out of the theater, bro. I was waiting for a car to transform on me. I was going to be Sam Witwicky or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah, that's his exact name. Come home, you ask mom, where Grandpa Old Glasses at? I need to go check something.
Yeah, like on God, man. And there were so many movies like that you go see and then come back and be like, oh, if only, like, you know.
No, I feel you. I did the same thing with Bad Boys. Like, I came out of the theater after seeing Bad Boys 1. They go showing my age, and just ready to ready to jump out. I got the gun. I didn't have a gun, but like you just feel that way, like you're ready for whatever's gonna pop out at you. Movies, just like music, transform you and take you to new spaces, and it's awesome. And it's fun. One of the fun things about humans.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, thank you guys. We hope you enjoyed the episode. It's probably our shortest one to date, but it's never a bad thing. As always, you can find us on all of the social media sites at Hypothetically Sound. Make sure you like, comment, and share this post, this album, this episode. I don't know where I was going with that. And until next time, we hope you guys have a great day.
Yes, please do.
Deuces.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.